Hey guys, Mike, IronTrap Garage. Today we are going to get started on the pallet racking in the new building. Last video you saw we got the 32.5 window that's been kicking around in my garage into the building, so it's time to put up racking. I got a ton of racking at the warehouse. We have to head to Glicks to pick up some more uprights. It's going to be a lot of just moving and setting up. We got to cut all of the uprights to fit because we're going to be building a mezzanine. So this is going to be the process. We got a lot of work ahead. I'm going to hop in Big Red, head to Glicks to pick up racking, and then we'll just show you guys the process along the way. So let's get started. All right, so we're here at Glicks. I forgot a GoPro, so just gonna talk this through real quick. Our two additional uprights that we need. We were gonna use the two uprights in the shop, but Matt decided to keep them, so I got two more here. I got a bunch of crossbars, and then there's a gentleman with a skid steer bringing over almost 400 foot of box tubing. So plenty of weight going in Big Red, just getting used heavy. So get this loaded up, pay for it, and head back to the shop.
right, so we did a lot of welding and got the crossbars all welded in. Evan came in clutch and welded the second half of the...
Good job, Evan.
Second half of the second row, because I was dying. It was like probably 90 million degrees up in the roof there doing that. And Ryan and Evan also got all these like scrap 2x4s cut that are going in the racking just to support the plywood. So my other buddy Dan that helped us with the wood in the building in upstairs got us this 3/4 inch birch finished sanded wood.
It's got a very nice...
Yeah, it's super nice. Dan is a cabinet maker by trade, and yeah, so we got all that taken care of, and we're gonna start putting that up today. We got a staircase that we bought off Facebook Marketplace. It is way heavy duty. We have it just kind of hung up here for right now. We have to lift the back end up. I know people are losing their minds in the comments. It's too steep, blah, blah, blah. We got to lift the bottom up and then put that little 3-foot section is going to go under it. And that will make the staircase at a good, get the steps so they're level. That's why we have all this room here. So we're going to work on getting plywood up today, maybe the stairs. We'll see how it goes. And then, of course, simultaneously, we have the excavators here working on getting everything graded. They're doing some water runoff stuff for the hippies that need to be done. So they're getting all that done for us. But most importantly, we're going to get this all graded so we can just drive right in the building, which will be awesome. But a lot going on. Hopefully by the end of the week, we'll have plywood up there and the stairs in place. And at the very least, we can walk up there and eat our lunch or something.
Yeah, the hottest spot in the building? Yeah, that's a great idea.
Yep.
All right, so this might be one of the most productive weeks in a long time. We're very productive every week, but this week was pretty good. The stars all aligned and everything kind of worked out. So we, actually I guess this video is 2 weeks sort of, or week and a few days. So number one, I just so happened I'd call our excavator after the concrete got poured and just gave them a heads up. They were kind of dancing between rain. We haven't had like any rain all summer, and then the 2 days they came to work, it was a little off and on rain, but they got 90% of what they need done. So they ended up, because of all the hippie stuff we talked about with the water runoff, there's a pit down in there that they had the inspector look at and everything, and then they filled with all their.
You got permits?
Oh yeah, everybody thought I didn't get permits.
Wow,
yes.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, this is all legal. We got permits. Everything's good. Permit guy's super cool. He came out and looked at it and made sure everything was good, and then these guys were able to grade it all, start covering it all up. They didn't get fully done today, but basically they ended up connecting all the gutters. We added on connecting the gutters for the old building, which technically didn't have to be done, but they were already in there, so they decided to do it. And they graded all this around the building, so you can see they graded up the big red truck I can pull into the shop. If we didn't have stuff in there,
yes,
I actually put it in the shop, which is like my only one thing I really wanted out of this building, was to keep big red inside. But anyways, we got this, they got this all graded with dirt and raised it up, and then they got stone in and stamped it all down. But this used to all sit much lower, and there was a grade here, so everything now is
nice and flat.
Nice and flat. It's pretty sweet. Our propane tanks for our heat in the wintertime, I use propane for supplemental heat, just to keep the building like above freezing, and then we use our wood stove.
It's weird looking in that window. Never been able to look like in that window.
In there, yeah. So we got, I don't know if everybody saw all this, but this is the blocks that they put in. The excavator guys did all this stuff, and then they just added stone around here just to make everything, you know, easy to walk. It's not a muddy mess. We have another man door in the back, so they stoned all the way out to that, which is nice. So all this is really good. We could store a little bit of stuff back here.
We're gonna try not to.
Well, I was thinking about storing some stuff that's just unsightly. So we get obviously an influx of used tires. Now we have a guy that disposes of tires, but he likes to take them when you have 20 and not 2. So we get a little stack going back here. It's not out in the open.
Yep.
Doesn't look ugly. Trying to get more organized as I get older. And so yeah, this looks great. They still have to do a little bit of grading and blending of the driveway of the existing driveway into this, but they basically are just adding a little stone so that it's a nice gentle slope so that we can back a trailer in, drive a vehicle in, and we're not constantly going into the yard and wrecking the grass anyway. So that's what they got done. Super happy with it. Really excited that actually got done. They're one of the few people that like hit timelines. I deal with a lot of people with doing car stuff, you know, getting engines built and interiors, all kinds of stuff, to this stuff. They're the only, I can only think of 2 people, Joe Somick that does interiors, yep. and Dunning & Sons, the excavator. They're like the only time, when they say they're gonna be somewhere or do something, they pretty much get it what they said done. So super happy with that. Anyways.
Now our part of this video.
Our part of this was a lot of work also. Pat on our back for us and all of our friends that helped and family.
Ours is more physical. They used machines. We carried a lot.
Yeah, so we basically took some of the pallet racking from our existing warehouse space that we owned, and Mike set that all up. He kind of figured it all out. We had to go to Glick's, which is the salvage metal yard that has pallet racking, and get crossbars and uprights and stuff to kind of make everything jive. So basically the building's 40 wide, 60 deep, and the pallet racking is what, like 50 or 52?
The inside dimensions of the building are actually 59 because of the uprights. You lose an inch.
Right.
So we had to do, it's like 56 feet, these first 2 rows, and then the back row is like 59 foot or something like that.
So we have that all the way down, and then it's right at this garage door, so it's essentially like half the building.
Basically, yeah.
Roughly over, so let's say 25 feet or something, or because I think the door
is... It's 20 by 60, essentially.
Okay. So that's what we did with this. We put all this pallet racking up, and we were essentially using that as our base for our mezzanine. That was our idea. just a crazy idea. We thought it could work, and it was a lot of work, more than we thought. So we added wood in between, up top there, in between the rows. Don't mind the nails, we are cheap asses, and we were reusing like drops and stuff from
the upstairs.
Yeah, for the upstairs. And what we did between the rows then is we added 16 on center, the 1/4-inch wall, 2x2 box tubing, and added that down both rows. You guys saw we talked about it. I did a ton of welding. Evan saved my ass and did half this row, which was really great because I didn't feel like doing it. And
also, it's like the hottest time of the year. This month has been in the 90s, 100% humidity.
Yeah.
Rough.
So we got all that done. We'll walk up top. We basically my buddy Dan got us the wood that we talked about, 3/4-inch birch, which is sanded finish. It's like furniture grade. Got a great deal because my buddy has a good account, good wholesale account. And we put that up there. He also said it's going to be a little bit stronger, which is great than getting sheathing or something like that. The other thing we did is we found locally, like literally 2 miles or 3 miles down the road on Facebook Marketplace, a place that had this 2 pieces of stair, like mezzanine, or I guess it is for a mezzanine, stair set, all metal, super heavy duty. It was already modified for something else. This is probably like its 3rd life. It was probably
definitely
built for something, taken down, and then built up to something else and cut and modified, taken down, and now we have it. So what we ended up doing, it was just a hair tall, so to get everything so the stairs were level, we ended up cutting off the bottom section, 1 or 2 stairs? One stair, and then we just basically made a double wide stair here so everything jived. And then I cut all the hand railing and moved it around and chopped it and modified it and made the hand railing all one piece. So everything's together. We added some legs over in here. I have to do a little bit of like fish plating in here just for extra security. It's very secure now, but just for over time. But we added some legs here that are all triangulated in the bottom section. The top section, we have a piece of angle iron that's fully welded in, the steps welded to the top. I'm gonna add some brackets to the sides that I'm gonna weld in. For now it's super sturdy, but like over time, we definitely wanna add some extra bracing. So that's the plan, but we can walk up the stairs to our new mezzanine.
Before we walk upstairs, we're gonna add some more. There's tons more racking that we need to add, but we're slowly but surely getting there.
So this is kind of like what you're planning, right?
Yes,
right?
1 shelf, 2 shelf, and then there'll be a 3rd shelf somewhere in there. Just slowly gotta keep bringing bars back.
Figure all that out as we go. But we can walk up our stairs. We're missing 1 stair that has to be modified.
First step's a doozy.
Yeah. So, but 2 of us up here.
That's the first time 2 people walked up those stairs. We didn't die.
Yeah, great. So this is the top here. We have it all screwed down. Now, if you see a little bit of boards that are a little higher than others, we didn't get all the screws in. We walked around and pinned the boards in, and Mike was working while I was welding to add some screws, but we still need to add like 1,000 screws just to get everything buttoned totally down, but it's all very secure. This thing has a little...
It's not lagged to the floor yet either.
Yes. But when we first got up here, like just any movement, the thing was like weak, 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 weak.
Yeah.
So now it's a lot better and very secure. We can walk up here, everything feels really good. So pretty crazy the amount of stuff we got done in such a short time. There's 1 board over there we have to add that goes to the edge. We have to add a wooden support that we didn't get to putting in by the end of the week, but I mean, it's kind of crazy. This area doubles our space, so if this is
20 by 60, that's 1,200 square foot.
Yeah, so now we have
another
2,400 square foot in this area here, and then plus we have on the floor. So it really,
maximizes the space, definitely.
Totally. So the plan is to put, we have a bunch more like short pallet racking and shelves. So our plan is along this whole wall to put shelves, and we could put smalls and other stuff up there. And then along that back wall there, we can also put shelving. Yes, we are going to put some sort of hand railing here. I'm sure we're going to get...
My wife already commented on that.
We're going to get lots of Mike's wives type people that are, not anything about your wife, but like, we're going to get the safety police on the internet. But yes, what we were kind of talking about doing, my dad had a good idea of putting some uprights across here and then putting chains across it. So that way, if we ever need to put something like big up here, we could just unhook the chain. So we might just conveniently make the uprights far enough apart that you could put like a
32 body.
32 body or frame up here or something like that. So if we put those uprights up here with chains, that'll give us some safety. We may put some racks or shelves here, but we're not sure yet. We got to see how everything lays out. And then we had talked about maybe putting some rows of shelves, but
Yeah, for now we're going to use this for just pallet space because we have so many pallets that need to be going through.
Yep.
When we start moving from the warehouse, we're just going to, when we get a forklift, that's our next major check mark.
yes.
Get stuff that's wrapped from the warehouse, bring it up right up here with the forklift and just stage it up here till we get to the point of going through it and putting it away.
So that's our biggest problem that you guys saw. We were very fortunate in the other building, in the warehouse space, that we had a empty room area that we could expand and go through stuff. We're not going to have that now. So this will kind of serve for the staging area when we get a bulk amount of stuff in. Like Mike said, we can keep it palletized, shove it in the corner wherever, and this will be like our overflow. But then also we could have the racks with some of the smalls and magazines and different stuff like that up here. And then all the 3 rows down here can be shelving. And then this wall is going to be pallet rack all the way across, and then there's going to be an office slash, I guess, just a packing area.
Yeah.
It'll be the only area that's heated for everybody that was trying to spend all of our money.
And air conditioned.
And air conditioning. For everybody who was spending all of our money, what are we going to do about heating? Why aren't we insulating it? It's just a bunch of rusty old parts. I don't have the money. We don't make the money to justify heating the whole building. So what we're planning to do is make a room back there that will be heated and air conditioned. So really most of the time it's walking out, getting parts, taking photos, and then walking back or packing. So it's the best we can do with, what we're doing here. So we've made pretty big steps, I would say, in a short time.
Yes.
But for some reason, the internet, that's never good enough. You need to put heated floors and insulate and do all this
The
stuff.
only thing we might add is a vent fan on that back wall to help get some air in and out. Because with only one big garage door, airflow is not the best.
It's not the best, but it's what we got to work with.
Yep.
So, and then again, we're going to leave this bay basically open down here. The idea is, like I mentioned, I really want to park Big Red inside, which will be nice. And then also like that 32.5 window back there, if we need to stash like a project car, or if we're working on a car in the shop over here that maybe just need to get out of the way for a day or two, we could just put it in here, hopefully. And then we'll get all of our equipment like we talked about. We already moved our parts washer over there, Eastwood parts washer. So we're gonna move our tire machine, tire balancer, blast cabinet, all our Eastwood nice equipment there, put it along that wall. Air compressor, the QST from Eastwood will go back there. So that's all our pipe dreams. But we got a lot done. Can't believe it.
We had to get it all done because what's happening in like 3 days?
We're going on an adventure to buy another truckload of stuff, but we haven't even moved anything from the other building. But this is what happens. We're addicts. That's great. So, anyways, thank you guys for following along. I know this isn't as exciting if you're looking for a car building content, but this is exciting to us, and a big part of the IronTrap world is getting this last building built. So super exciting stuff. So thank you guys for following along. Let us know what you think of the new building and how it's shaping up. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.